You thought I was done with zombies. I lulled you into a false sense of safety with fried green tomatoes and grammar videos. But joke's on you, because I read World War Z again, and if there's no escape for me, there's no escape for you. So let's begin a new segment I want to try called Book versus Book. Today we're comparing the zombies in World War Z and The Girl with All the Gifts to determine, using my always right and completely unbiased opinion, which book has the best zombies. We're going to break our comparison down into 5 categories. Durability, how tough are the zombies? Versatility, are these all-terrain zombies or more front-wheel drive? Infection, how well it's explained and how well does it work? Usefulness as a tool, because why shouldn't they be useful to us? And which one better represents the definition of zombie? Now, I want to put a little caveat here that we're only talking about zombies who had the infection transferred to them, so we're excluding the infected children in The Girl with All the Gifts, because if we included them, they'd automatically win. And you can also argue that because they're capable of self-awareness, they're more human than zombie. Now, let's talk about undisputed zombies and start round 1. According to Merriam-Webster, a zombie is a willless and speechless human in voodoo belief and in fiction stories held to have died and been supernaturally reanimated. That's a pretty broad definition, so a lot of things can fall under the definition of zombie. And there are a lot of variations. Smart zombies, plant-fighting zombies, fast zombies, a hive mind of zombies controlled by someone else. They're all zombies. Now, the zombies in The Girl with All the Gift and World War Z are both basic zombies. Slow, shambling, they want to bite someone to spread the zombie infection, a headshot is the only thing that can kill them, and they're mindless. But I've gotta give this point to World War Z for one simple reason. Speechless. The zombies in The Girl with All the Gift are not speechless. We see one man who has been infected sort of remembering his old life and old family and muttering about them. So, because it fits into the definition better, I'm giving this round to World War Z. I heard somewhere that humans aren't able to break through modern doors. They're too durable. So which zombie goes above and beyond their human limits to outdo a door? Now, in neither book do we actually see a zombie break through doors or walls, but we do see them in a myriad of conditions. In The Girl with All the Gifts, we see them surviving and thriving after over 20 years of existence, having survived fire, nuclear blasts, and the elements. I've got to give them points for being able to survive the burn patrol, and being set on fire and still keep going. In World War Z, though, we see zombies survive lasers, guns, landmines, blunt force objects, and animal attacks, and still clawing their way forward. But the zombies in World War Z have one fatal flaw that the zombies in The Girl with All the Gifts don't, and that's that they decay. It stated clearly in World War Z that although the zombies decay slowly, where The Girl with All the Gifts zombies show next to no signs of decay. That book shows the zombie menace 20 years after they've taken over, and most zombies are still able to move around and attack their target. And those that don't haven't fallen apart, they've just entered the next stage in their infection. Durability is about more than just being able to take bumps and bruises. It's about being able to last long enough to show that you're durable. And for that reason, I've got to give this round to The Girl with All the Gifts. I have to admit, The Girl with All the Gifts is entering this round with a disadvantage. We only see a very small area of zombie infection over the course of about 60 square miles through England. Meanwhile, World War Z shows zombies all over the world. The book even interviews an astronaut. There weren't any zombies in space, but that shows how far-reaching the book goes to show different points of view of the zombie war. We see zombies at the bottom of the ocean in every country, in every environment, and the only thing that puts their versatility to the test is the cold. Because for whatever reason, they freeze solid in the cold. And from what we can tell in The Girl with All the Gifts, that's not a problem for their zombies. The book takes place in a fairly cold country, and it never mentions winter impeding the zombies. But I've got to give this point to World War Z for the simple fact that the cold knocks them down, but still allows them to get back up. Plus, they survive just fine at the bottom of the ocean. Any creature that can survive going to the bottom of the ocean and back up, then back down and back up again without looking like this, well, deserves some points. One thing I loved about World War Z was that for all the specialists the narrator talks to, we're still left with a lot of mystery. A lot of the characters look at zombies and ask how and why, and those are answers they and us are never given. And that's great for a novel, but bad for winning this competition, because the zombie infection is never thoroughly explained. We know it's an infection, and you can get it basically how you get any other infection, through transmission through body fluids. Maybe that's through a bite, maybe that's through getting some of their blood in one of your cuts, and unlike the movie, the zombies don't discriminate when transferring infection. Sick people can and still are attacked in order to be infected, but the infection is never really explained further than that. We do know that once infection occurs, it takes a few minutes for symptoms to occur, and that's actually something World War Z and The Girl with All the Gifts has in common. The infection has the courtesy to let you have your mental breakdown before it kills you. As for The Girl with All the Gifts, that infection is thoroughly explained. The climax of the book goes into incredible detail, explaining it, how it works, what it is, and why. And it's even based on a real-world plant.
Ophiocordyceps.
So you can do your own research on what the real plant does and why, and it's just so satisfying getting all the answers. So I gotta give this round to The Girl with All the Gifts. And last but not least, their usefulness, because isn't that the point of all nature, to be useful to us humans? Now, in World War Z, they talk about how people try to weaponize zombies, but with no luck. They have zombie pits, but that's the closest thing to zombies being utilized by humans we see. In The Girl with All the Gifts, though, we see the zombies can be herded. Junkers use vehicles and fire to herd the zombies towards targets they want to attack, and Melanie manages to redirect zombies when she wants to remove them from certain areas. That is huge! The ability to direct which direction something moves in is, well, it's the difference between dogs and cats. There's a reason we see more dogs on leashes outside than cats. Don't get me wrong, I love my cat, but she is a companion above all else. Is it nice knowing I don't have mice thanks to her? Yeah, but that's not why I have her. As opposed to hunting dogs, herd dogs, and medical alert dogs. Man, I think I just shot myself in the foot. I just cited cats and my favorite novel. But the zombies in The Girl with All the Gifts show more usefulness as tools. So I have to give them this round and the winning point. Here's to The Girl with All the Gifts for showing a useful, powerful, and dangerous zombie threat. Let's also give a round of applause to Max Brooks and Mike Carey for writing two great, fun, and engaging books and being able to reinvent the wheel in an interesting way with their basic zombies. Go read their books and tell me which zombie media is your favorite down in the comments.